guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. So this is another sit down chat video where I talk about different topics that I want to cover on my channel. And a big topic that's been on everybody's radar is this whole August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. So Jada Pinkett Smith, she brought herself to the red table to talk about everything that's been going on with like that whole situation. And for one, I just want to say that even though I'm giving my opinion on it just because I need some content for my channel, if I'm honest, I don't think that I think we need to stop not only inputting our business into other people's relationships, but I feel like because there's been a lot of outrage over this on both sides. People are mad at Jada, people are mad at August, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that people tend to idolize relationships, and a lot of people looked at Jada and Will's relationship as like perfect, and people really looked up to them. And I'm not saying you still can't look up to them, but understand that people are they're like, the celebrities are still normal people at the end of the day. They still make normal people's mistakes, they still go through things, they still have hardships that they go through, and I think that people tend to forget that. But anyway, so long story short, and if you haven't seen what's been going on, I really don't want to sit up here and explain everything. Just know that August did an interview with Angela Yee, and he basically announced that him and Jada had a thing. He was like in love with her basically, and things kind of ended on a sour note. And yeah, and then Jada was forced to come out, and she did confirm that her and August had an entanglement, and the whole internet has really taken this whole entanglement thing to a whole nother level. People can't stop saying the word entanglement on the internet, and it's getting on my nerves. I'm about to mute entanglement on my Twitter. I'm sick of hearing it. And people have been saying too, like, so the tabletop, right? So Jada admits that her and August had this relationship, and her and Will basically said that they were on the verge of a divorce when all this was happening. And it was to the point where Will didn't care anymore about who she was with, because he was done. He said he was over it. He didn't know if he was ever going to speak to her again. So at that point, she could do whatever she wanted. And she basically alluded to the fact that August came into their lives at a time where things were kind of not stable, and so it was easy for something like that to transpire. I think the issue that a lot of people have, though, and the issue that I'm kind of having, is that, and they even said it in the red table talk, that when August came to them, he was very broken. Like, he was very broken mentally, and I think physically as well. I'm not entirely sure, but he was sick and he needed help. And it just seemed like Jada knew that, and knew how easy it would be to almost take advantage of that. I feel like I don't know. I do think there was a level of, because at the end of the day, Jada is much older than August, and I feel like she knew he was in a vulnerable space, and she took that opportunity to, I guess, explore things with August. But she knew deep down inside that she was gonna try to make things right with Will, and then that led to August getting hurt. And I just don't know how to feel, because of course there are people saying that, August, he was grown, he knew that she was married, he never should have fell in love with a married woman. And I agree with that. He, especially with all the, like, because it seems like nowadays being a side chick or having a side chick has become normalized. And I agree that if you are going to mess with someone and they're in a relationship, don't expect them to leave their spouse or their significant other for you. Like, find someone for yourself. So I do agree that August kind of messed himself up by falling in love with someone that was married, even though they were on the verge of a divorce. But on the same token, Jada shouldn't have pursued a relationship with him either. Like, I think they're both at fault here. Like, Jada knew that he was weak. Jada knew that Jada knew what she was doing, and at that point I feel like she was looking for an out, and I think that out lasted longer than what she intended, and it led to her having to cut it off, or he cut it off, or however it happened. So I think there's wrongs on both sides. I don't think he should have gotten involved with someone that was married. I don't think that she should have gotten involved with someone that she knew was mentally weak. Like, I don't think that that's okay. And I don't like that people are dismissing that just because he's a guy. Because let's be clear. If the genders were switched, if it was a older man going after a really young female, people would be enraged. Like, people would have a fit, and people would say that the guy is a predator, and he's going after younger girls. Like, it would be like a whole thing, right, if Jada was a male. But I feel like because she's a female and because she's Jada Pinkett Smith, people are making way more excuses for her and trying to put all the blame on August. And I also don't like it when men have mental health issues, it's not taken as seriously. Like, people are just dismissing it. Like, yeah, he was mentally weak, but he still knew what he was doing. When you're not mentally stable, or when you're not mentally there, some things don't click all the time. And it's very easy for someone that is mentally not okay to be taken advantage of. I've been in situations, I've been in freaking friendships, not real friendships, but I've been in friendships or I've been around people who they knew that I was mentally, not there. I was dealing with my own stuff, and they took advantage of that, and they used me in certain ways that they knew that they could, because they knew that I was not strong enough to kind of fight against it or to cut them off. And sometimes you just don't know. And I don't think it's fair that to put all the blame on August or to put all the blame on Jada. I think they're both equally in the wrong. And people have been saying, Will looked like he was going through it. I'm not entirely sure, because initially I thought that, it was one of those things where they had gotten over it and they had moved past it and they could talk about it freely without any kind of worries. But now, kind of looking back and seeing people point out certain things and certain comments that Will made, it did kind of seem like he was a little annoyed. Maybe he was more so annoyed at the fact that now the whole internet knows, and people are now inserting their business into something that they've kept private for a really long time until August brought it up. So I just think that they both had their wrongs, but hopefully now that everything's in the open, they both can move on. They don't have to talk. They don't have to do any type of joint thing. Everyone can just, move on. But that's what I think about the situation. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below on this whole August and Jada Pinkett Smith situation. And make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel, and please check out my cosmetics line. I'm wearing one of my lipsticks, the Lost lipstick from my cosmetics line. Breeze Cosmetics is in the description down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.